We have to be very, very careful here that we don't continue to open the doors without vetting people when they come in, as I keep saying, as we would if we went to their country.
Recently, our government was criticised by a Swedish member of parliament over our lax border policies. He said that Ireland having poor vetting for new arrivals into our country is kind of bad for the whole European Union because of the common travel area and everything. I'm wondering what you think of that.
Well, yes, you'd have to agree that we are, and we have been too lax, and we've been too lax for quite a lengthy period of time. And I think, for, I suppose, our own security in this country, we should have been much more careful as to our borders and who comes in here. Everybody should be checked out the same as I would if I went to live in any other country, and I would expect that and I would respect that. The only vetting that we seem to have in our controls is vetting ourselves, and our fishermen are vetted out of our own waters by our own Irish government as such, and the powers that be. Unfortunately, they can attack the people that live in this country, but they're very, very lax as to what is controlled as what comes in or out of the country.
I mean, is it not very strange that just a few months ago during the COVID lockdown you would have Garda checkpoints stopping people in their own country on the side of the road and asking them where they were going and so on, but that it seems like there's almost less procedures for people from outside the state?
That's definitely what's happening, and I've spoken to quite a lot of people who are very frustrated about that, because in fairness, as I said, if I was going to another country to live in another country, I'd expect to be fully checked and vetted and make sure that I was gave safety to that country that I went to. And the way I personally go to another person's countries, I respect their rules, their laws, their religion, everything. Just respect. That's all it is. But in a lot of cases, people come into this country and don't do any of that, and they expect that to be tolerated. And it leads to a lot of unfortunate situations in this island, and that has to stop, and that has to be properly monitored and controlled as you would expect if we're going to any other country. You see it in Australia, you see it right across the world. In most countries there are strict border controls as to what people go into in and out of their country. I've heard people mislaying passports, making small errors and pulled aside in other countries, Irish people, and absolutely locked in as such until the issue is resolved. And it can be a very small issue, but it shows that they have laws and they have rules and they respect them, but we tend to be very lax here until after an event.